My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Challenge the Spire. We are gonna get this done this episode, I can tell you that much. It's gonna happen. This is the episode. I'll feel it. Apotheosis isn't that great because we already have the frozen eggs and stuff. Ninjato. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, draw 2 cards. I mean, that gives us the ability to break the game. Take the bag of marbles as well. And remove a card from the deck. All of the rest of those cards are garbage though, so hopefully there's some good cards in here, because I don't want to take garbage cards just to get other cards. Brimstone. The problem with Brimstone is, like, it'll help me get through bosses, but I'm dead as soon as I get to the heart, so I can't take it. There's a lot of stuff in this game that is balanced, well, I mean, literally everything in the game is balanced around the base game, and then the heart is an extra challenge after it. So the fact that the Spire boss rush results in you having to go to the heart means that you have to spend a lot of your time going, okay, well, what's good here? Brimstone is fun, but it will kill me. I'm definitely dead if I take Brimstone. There's also, like, a lot of other things that I think about, right? Like, I can't actually build, like, a super functional infinite because I'm dead as soon as I get to the time eater if I do that. I can't build a deck that needs to rely on not having statuses or anything like that because I'm dead as soon as I get to the heart if I do that kind of thing. So it's very limiting in what I can utilize as design space for my deck. I'm mortified that I don't have any good attacks here. There's double tap at the very least. I'll take that. Cleave, bludgeon. I actually don't even have the energy to double tap a bludgeon. God. Yeah, drew some extra cards. Hell yeah. Taking a bunch of damage. Hell yeah. Block 10 a bit, at least. I can't avoid a bludgeon in order to avoid 6 HP there. I also have to double bash. Like, I'm racing against the enemy here, right? Like, they will kill me eventually. I have to set up some ridiculous ability for me to kill them first. Bludgeon next turn, and I take a bunch of damage. Yeah, I'm just dead. Alright. Claim me. I could have defended that turn, but there's literally no way that I win that fight. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's very feast or famine at the start here. Special edition. Special edition just means it comes upgraded, but it's already upgraded, so yeah. Bag prep is pretty good in general. You just remove a card from the deck, take a bag of prep, and move on. Nope, Pantograph. Boss combats heal me for 25 HP as soon as I enter one, so that's obviously ridiculous because every combat's a boss combat. Mystery Machine, we can't take that. Deep Breath. Carnage is actually pretty good here. It's just going to help me get through some boss fights. Perfected Strike? Do I start building a perfect? Yeah, I'm gonna, sure. Give me more strikes. Not that one. Maybe I'm just supposed to add a bunch of cards to the deck. Maybe that's what I'm not getting so far. Maybe it's literally just about adding enough cards to the deck that your deck isn't garbage anymore. And then running a super thick deck. There's an enemy on the ground. Alright, it's worth dealing some extra damage that turn because the enemy was still vulnerable. Speaking of vulnerable, just set it up that turn so I can Carnage next. Put the enemy immediately back on the ground. I mean, that's not bad. That said, Carnage and Bash are both gone. I can't Pommel Strike this turn because Perfected Strike next turn is really important. Never mind, Bashes. Ash is far more important, especially considering Carnage is still in the deck. At least I healed 25 going to the next boss fight. No, I'll be able to make him sit down by more than 4 damage. See? Like this. I don't want a Pommel Strike here, though, because if I draw that Carnage and I can't play it next turn, I'm going to be the saddest, man. Goodbye, boss. Hello, my 6 HP at the end of the combat. Vajra started each combat with 1 strength, as well as... extra 25 as I go into the next boss fight. That also healed me at the start of the fight rather than before the fight, so I wonder if the boss is going to deal less damage as a result of that. So 5 by 6. 60 divided by 12 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So yeah, this is 4 by 6 plus 1, so never mind, it's recalibrated. So it must calibrate on the turn that it tries to attack you. That's interesting. Not how I thought it worked, but that's okay. Not everything is. If we can get to the next set of shops, well, I say set of shops, next shop, and then just start dropping strikes into the deck, especially if we get another perfected strike, like that could go. That could be a real goer. We're getting very easy turns here. Like, all of these are super straightforward. And I'm dead. Yeah. Nothing gets me lethal this turn. Nothing defends me this turn. Oh, well. Oh, well. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Just move on, take my lumps, go to the next run. Try and learn whatever I can from that run, which is that just adding a bunch of cards to your deck, doesn't work, actually. It seems like Shop Pack is always correct to take when it's on offer. Mayhem's just a lot of value. Transmutation gets upgraded, so... Poison Strike is also affected by damage modifiers, so Vulnerability and Strength should affect that. This upgrade just does 1 more poison. Jack of all trades probably there. Let's take Jack of all trades. Do I take the Poison Strike or do I take Transmutation? I wish I could look at the shop again, but I can't do that without almost certainly getting rid of these card choices somehow, accidentally. I think I'll take Poison Strike. Mayhem. I just skipped that shop. Relics in shops cost 20% less. Practically get a shop to activate. Hell yeah. I can get an additional copy of a card in my deck. Get a second Mayhem. Just play 2 free cards every turn. I might actually want to do that. Sure. Pick up, choose a card. All copies of that card you have are upgraded. All future copies of that card you get are upgraded. Yeah, I'm going to do that to my defense. Then I'll remove strike, I guess. I do need strength up, but I haven't got strength up. I'll work with what I have. 6 poison is not bad. Somebody got to tell the game that 6 poison is a totally good amount of poison. Ooh, second Mayhem. I don't need extra energy this turn, so I won't use the private reserves yet. I mean... this is actually looking really good. I'm worried. Like, my response to things looking good is to be concerned. It's pretty much always been my response. Let's see. I hope to be wrong. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Enemies with thorns, like this enemy, enemies that, you know, deal damage back to you, are a problem for Mayhem. Yeah, because I just take extra damage to my enemies. Ninjato, every time I play 3 attacks in a single turn, draw 2 cards. That's actually really good. I have a couple 0-cost attacks in the deck at the moment. Intimidate, Iron Wave. I kind of want to take Iron Wave, just take like a... Intimidate's pretty good though. I have no weakness in the deck yet. Iron Wave just defends me while I attack, which is always nice. Okay, taking Iron Wave. Alright. Mayhem double strike. Got block potion for next turn as well. Ooh, Jack of all trades gives me might and trick stab. Affected by block modifiers. Alright, I'm just gonna might and then Iron Wave. I take 3 damage this turn, but I get 3 turns of might, which is so low. Yeah, look, I get 1 more poison per poison. It feels like might needs to give you more than one sec. Ooh, interesting. It feels like might needs to give you more than 25% up because vulnerability is 50% up. Like, it's just a wee bit difficult to justify ever taking. Like, if it's in your deck because of some effect, then sure, use it, obviously. Never gonna say not to, but I just don't know if I would ever put it in my deck. Ever. Okay, that's really good. I did want to draw some extra defense that turn. The game seemed to agree that I deserved it. That's a kill. Mayhem might even get it. And it does. Beautiful. Funnel. At the end of your turn, unused energy is converted to 4 block each, as well as Bloodletting Flex and Corruption. Well, Flex is a way to increase the damage of the Poison Strike. I think I take it, literally just for the ability to do extra poisons. Oh my god. Why did I not do it on that? Oh my god, the second poison stab draw! Ridiculous. I could have had 4 more damage that turn. Okay, the enemy goes down by 23. 23 takes them down to 80. If I attack them this turn, then they transform. I don't want to transform them this turn. I'm going to transform them this turn. Ooh, okay. Bit of a spicy play there. Woohoo! Second Impatience. Sorry, second Mayhem. Don't mind if I do. Enemy still splits this turn because of the poison. But now I'm Mayheming 3 cards from the top of my deck every single time I just play. Which is good. Every single time I start a turn. Excellent. And very, very good time to get Impatience in hand. Wow, look at all those slimes. I was hoping the Mayhem would have played most of the slimes out of my deck at this point, but I guess this is okay, and that'll do. That will definitely do. Tiger Marble. At the start of each combat, add a random card to your hand, which exhausts when played. Costs 0 until played. Skill Potion. We've seen those before. Another flex? Yeah, it's a weird flex, but okay. Retaining cards in hand is pretty good. Because we do draw a lot of cards. And we have a lot of 0-cost cards in the deck. Yeah. Oof. Flash of Steel is really good as well. I'm just worrying, like, do I remove cards from my deck? I think I do. Survey options is probably bad here, though. I might want to put Carnage in the deck, literally just so that I have a powerful card that the Mayhem's played, but I think the Poison Strikes are enough. Maybe I take Prismatic Shard so that colorless cards and cards from other colors can appear in my combat rewards. But then I'm less likely to get Strength, but I'm more likely to get Poison, so... I'll take the Prismatic Shard. And then definitely rest in this space. 1000%. This is going to be interesting, I'll say that much. Violence and Midas Touch. Add a random card to your hand, rare card to your hand for each. I'm not super into that. Okay, let's Mayhem, then Violence. Do I want any of these cards except for the Iron Wave and Defend? No? Alright, time to exhaust all of these then. Juggernaut, Barricade, Demonic Confusion, Brutality. It refunds 1 energy. You know what? What? I can't upgrade Juggernaut with that? Fine. That... Iron Wave was already upgraded. Demonic... What? Demonic Confusion. Upgraded skill or attack. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. But Iron Wave was already upgraded, so upgrading it 2 times there... Still only upgraded it once? Kind of lame. Alright, let's double Poison Strike you. Throw in 2 more defense to perfectly defend here. Barricade is really important. One of the problems here is that my expensive cards don't leave my hand unless I play them, so for the Runic Pyramid, that's a bad thing. Oh, sorry, for Mayhem, that's a bad thing. Mayhem trying to play expensive cards from my deck. Draw extra cards. Steel. Guess I'll just flex and start trying to Poison Strike the main line, but just defend as much as I can this turn. Get 2 more cards into my hands. Well, I would have had 2 more cards. It's just Juggernaut, flex, flex, Iron Wave, Poison Strike, Poison Strike. I don't have enough cards in my deck for Mayhem to actually pull something out there. That's tragic. Oh, that's tragic. I'll play all of my defense at the end of the turn. I play all of my aggression first. Yeah, this isn't going to go well for us. Like, this combat will win, but overall, we're screwed. Need to not let combat get to the point where I have no... I have very few cards left in my deck. They prolong enemies with vulnerable, take 75% more damage rather than 50%, and Draining Mist. Apply 3 necrotic poison and 1 languid to a random enemy 3 times. Apply -2 strength to all enemies. Or just a straight up leap. I think it's a straight up leap. Double Mayhem in the opening turn is good. That'll grow as big and strong. Wow, the second one tried to play, I guess, Transmutation? Did I have a Transmutation in this deck? Oh, no, I had a Jack of all trades. Didn't I use the Jack of all trades in the first turn? Oh, the Jack of all trades from the first turn was from the Tiger Marble. Got it. All right. Insta-kill to target there. That's not bad. Excellent flash of steel. Yikes. That's enough to kill the frontliner. Now I can turn around and focus elsewhere. Strike. Guess this will have to do. I need more zero cost cards so that, like, having my hand cluttered isn't so big of a problem for me. Do I die this turn? Well, with no defense played by the Mayhems. 9, 6, 6, 12, 9, 21, 21, 11, 32. Incoming damage is 9. Well, we can live this turn. Right, skill potion has to give us something good, though. I think we do take the True Grit rather than dual wields. Yeah, it's just Bones of Strike. Cool. And then I drink that defense, only take 1 damage here. Thankfully, the enemy isn't attacking this turn, because I had no recourse for that. It's just going to be the end of us. Oh, really? You're attacking this turn? All right, well, this is very much a situation of kill the enemy or die. Well, I'm afraid to say that with this 3-cost attack in the hand, 5 damage was 20 damage by itself, and then those 2 poison strikes. That's basically all I can even do. Flex those 2 poison strikes, and that's literally just enough. I could have also thrown in a strike, but still. Woo! Tag bag. Shops have all 3 kinds of sale cards. Sale tags, rather. Sale tags appear on colorless cards, and on-sale cards are cheaper. Shoot toss discarded. Nope. Monsters that. Nope. Nope. Okay. Not really finding much support for this build at all. Not that I'm surprised, to be honest. Alright, we now have just 4 strength with us at all times. We do want permanent strength. It's just we've only found flexes, so, you know, work with what you have. Dead this time? Cool. Cool. Could have triggered Ninjato by playing 2 attacks there, but do I have any 0-cost defense in my entire deck? No, I don't. So I'm still dead. Time for a challenge. I don't agree with you there. Blind is really powerful. Take 2 in flames. Take a blind and a twin strike for damage. 2 twin strikes for damage. 3 twin strikes for damage. Remove a card from my deck. I just remove a strike, but I don't want to do that right now because I might take perfected strikes in the next shop. All right, hopefully the next shop is better. Heavy blade. Well, flex goes in this deck at the very least. Flex and Ninjato are both not bad. I mean, Pantograph. Pantograph first, sorry. Flex. Can't take Ninjato, so another Flex and a Shrug It Off. Battle Trance is really good. Another Shrug It Off. Alright. I mean, this deck has a lot of offensive and has a lot of defense. I mean, it's just a well-rounded deck, yeah? That's a garbage opening draw in a deck that has, you know, all of these Twin Strikes, all of these in Flames. Blind as well. It's entirely possible I just garbage up this draw. Never mind. This will be fine. I was thinking about the possibility that we garbage up that draw and then just take a bunch of damage. I can't really turn down a giant Twin Strike like that. Pretty big hit. Single copy of Limit Break and this deck goes off. Let's see if we get it. Blue Candle. Another flex? Yeah, it's probably the last flex I should take, though. The fact that we have enough draw in the Shrug It Offs and the Battle Trance is the only reason I'm taking these flexes right now. Be a lot of damage this turn. Do I flex and then throw out a bunch of Twin Strikes here, or do I defend? I suspect I defend. The rest of my hands are going to be about over-aggressive. So Twin Strike is, you know, is not as many hits as a lot of other strikes in the game, but if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. Not going to complain with that. And it sets me up for the possibility of still going for a Perfected Strike deck. I don't know on what universe that Perfected Strike deck wins, but try it. I've done crazier things. Much crazier things, frankly. By Hexaghost. Towering Pillar of Hats. Max hand size is increased by 2 at the end of your turn. Retain the rightmost card in your hand. Retains 1 card for every 3 in your hand. And can retain ethereal cards. There's a Perfected Strike. I'm looking for as much setup as I can possibly get here on turn 1. Unfortunately, we weaken the enemy for the only 2 turns the enemy isn't going to be attacking here for. And we get neither of our powers out on the field, and we don't make the enemy vulnerable. So that was basically as bad as that could have gone for us. Do I want to split the enemy this turn? No, I have to take the 38. $42 is a pretty good split. Hell yes. Good fight. Stone Calendar, the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. None of that. I do draw a lot of cards in this deck. So Hamster Wheel can be pretty ridiculous for us. Like Battle Trance costs 1, but it draws me 4 cards, so it costs -3. Shrug It Offs both still cost 1, right? They cost 2, but they draw me a card, so they get 1 more, as long as I play them, that is. It just depends how much draw I intend on including in this deck, and I think I intend on including a lot. Like Pommel Strike in particular is a great pickup for us. Taking the Hamster Wheel. Limit Break. Stop taking flexes at this point as well. We kind of shuffle through the deck relatively quickly, so we could consider that because if I didn't have a deck archetype by this point, Juggernaut would be it. At this point, definitely. Yeah, I think I will take the Abacus actually. And the Adrenaline Potion. I am worried about living. Blind them all to hell and back. It's really important I try and kill. Because they can take things like Inflame. Take that Inflame back. And it's even lower cost. Thank you for that one. I could let the Orb take a card from my deck just so that I can take it back next turn, but the problem is taking it back next turn, like, what attack am I going to use for it? Do I want to dedicate a Perfected Strike to it? Probably not. Yeah, I don't want to waste that much damage on it. Okay, you took Shrug It Off. Because I let the enemy take a card from my deck, there were only 4 cards in there, which meant that we had to shuffle from the Abacus, so that's one of the reasons that I made the decision I did there. That's really good. That could not have worked out better. And it's time to Twin Strike the boss out of existence. Bandana came to Thievery for the first 3 turns of combat. The synergy with the Bloody Idol is impossible to get into this mode. Another Shrug It Off. Defense is still lacking in this deck. I'm going to use the Adrenaline draw before I use the Battle Trance draw. Actually, the Shrug It Off draw first as well. So they can get as many cards as possible. Inflame, Limit Break. It's really important to get these kills as quickly as possible. Immediately heal back up, though. Weakening all enemies here is actually the best play. I really want to Perfected Strike, but weakening the backliner as well is really, really big. Sorry, weakening, making them vulnerable. Bash getting an upgrade so it vulnerables for an extra turn would also be huge. Sweet. Old coin upon pickup, gain 300 gold. Great pickup for us. Now Shrug It Off. Okay. Fine. Probably was better off not playing that extra flex though. Getting a fair bit of gold from the bandana as well, so pretty appreciative there. Enemy's mad vulnerable, I've got mad strength. We need more draw in this deck. We're getting too many hands that just don't do much but attack. Like, we're getting them on the right turns, don't get me wrong. We're not getting screwed by RNG in any way, shape, or form right now. Like, RNG, if anything, is being a little bit too grateful? Gracious? Gracious. I just need to prepare for the eventuality when it isn't. Defeat is impossible! Die. 42 damage strike. How about that? Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. Great pickup for us right here. None of that is, though. Retain your hand. That's really bad. We overdraw a lot of turns intentionally. Transform all strikes and defends. I mean, the defends are... No, we have 4 copies of Shrug It Off. Yeah, transform all strikes and defends. They're garbage. I could take Calling Bell, and then I can play all the curses out of my hand, but I'm not drawing cards while I play those curses, so I just end up with a lot of bad hands. So yeah, Pandora's Box. And it also, by the way, Pandora's Box, with the Molten Egg, Toxic Egg, and Frozen Egg, all of these get immediately upgraded as soon as they get added to my deck. Undeath's Touch, Pummel, Offering, Inflame, Sword Boomerang, Flame Barrier, Fiend Fire, are all great pickups. Juggernaut, Sentinel, not particularly. This is 1 energy, gain 2 energy, draw a card, right? Because drawing a card gives us an energy as well. So it's the same as it used to be. This is my final shop. It's my final shop-opportunity. It's the fun new way that I say opportunity. What do you think? I think I might want to take another Shrug It Off. I am always worried about my defense. I need more draw. I'm just not finding it right now. I'm going to take Private Reserves. Uncanny Aura I can't take. Yeah. I can't take Uncanny Aura, and I don't want to take Necrogeddon. Necrogeddon, at the very least, is Grave, so it'll appear in my discard pile, but... So why would I be taking that? I'd be taking that so that I can find Impatience, or... to find Impatience, or... There's another relic I was thinking of. Impatience or Master of Strategy? Impatience is uncommon, Master of Strategy is rare. Alright. Well, Grinning Jar is incredible as well. Garlic is fine. Tori is really good, considering the combats we're about to come up against. Yeah, I think we just remove the Juggernaut from the deck at this point. We don't gain block often enough to have Juggernaut deal a significant amount of damage for us. Or maybe I just take the True Grit. Yeah, I'm taking True Grit. And Ghostly Armor. Ghostly Armor as well? We don't have enough draw in this deck to be doing all of this. Ugh, Ryan, you know this. What are you doing? Alright, we're leaving. Upgrade this Bash finally. We heal as we move into the next space anyway, so that's why that. Inflame Juggernaut, True Grit out a Twin Strike. I have to play Inflame. I have to play Juggernaut, and I probably have to play the True Grit. Well, I definitely have to play the True Grit at the very end. That's the only non-contested one. It's just how many powers I can get away with playing. Okay, so we have 8 energies worth of stuff in this hand. We always play this turn exactly the same, though. Really wanted one of the chumps dead there. That's rough. At the very least, they only deal 1 damage apiece. Should have hit that first. That's my bad. Offering is great for a later turn, just not this one. Without a Reaper in this deck, this is getting real rough. $24 damage 3 times, as well as 1 Decrepit. $33 per card, 34 per card. Yeah. 34 per card isn't actually enough to put the enemy on the ground. Just gonna Flame Barrier here. Alright. Definitely shrug it off at the start. Bash Perfected Strike. It's enough to put the enemy on the ground. Literally, exactly. Leaves the Perfected Strike in my hand and the Flame Barrier in my hand. They revert their cost because they weren't drawn this turn. So now I can actually have a turn that goes off a lot. Well, a lot more. Let's play the Battle Trance now. Flex, Limit Break, and then I think it's just like Pummel, Sword Boomerang for the kill. Alright. 1 kill down. Grinning Jaw! Oh, yes! Obtain a skill that draws 2 cards, and all of these copies immediately get upgraded, so they're 1 energy, draw 2 cards, so they're effectively gain 1 energy, draw a card. Another shrug it off. Absolutely incredible. Full heal coming back into this boss fight. Let's just Juggernaut this turn. Don't want to play any extra cards. I'll gain the Blur and Reflection. Incoming damage is 29, 27, sorry. Let's Inflame. That's full defense there. Probably don't want to play any more cards, right? Yeah. There are later turns where it's more important that I play more cards. I can hold Limit Break in this hand. I just have to stop playing cards now. But I do want to play 2 more cards is the problem. All right, I'm going to play... Oh, but if I play Private Reserves, I draw a card on top of Limit Break. As long as I play that card next, then I keep the Limit Break. That's important. Sure. You almost screwed me over there, but a Curse is actually a card that I can play. Thank you, Blue Candle. Because of that, I know that I've got, like, strength left in my deck. And now I've got the Limit Break to Limit Break at the appropriate time. Really? Flex is the bottom card of the deck. I have to use Limit Break because then I need it to be in my next shuffle. All right. Flex is the bottom card of the deck. You are kidding me. Do I just have lethal here? Flex, dash. Like, Pommel is a lot. Sword Boomerang. Pummel. Fire. Lethal. Whew. Alright, Bottle Flurry. Upon pickup, choose a card. You retain that card at the end of your turn. If it would exhaust you, it would be ethereal. It's discarded instead. Another Shrug It Off? Yeah, alright. I think the card that I want to retain the most is actually going to be Limit Break, right? Because if I get it in my early hands, I'm going to want to retain it just until I have strength to actually use it on. Ooh, that's all of my Inflames out in the opening hand. I mean, that is really good. Offering can or cannot be a good play on that turn. Turns out that it was fine. Ooh, yikes. The more I look at his hand, the more I'm thinking about just Fiend Fire 9 cards out of my hand. 9 by 27. 9 by 27 is just short of lethal. I'm going to Juggernaut. I'm True Grit out the Sentinel just so that I can play a bunch of attacks this turn. 27 for 3 other cards. It's still not lethal. 27... Sorry, for 4 other cards. 27 for 3 other cards now. That's lethal. Not bad. I mean, if I can just straight up kill him that turn. That'll do. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. I got pretty good defense this turn as well. These Shrug-It-Offs are really pulling their weight. Beautiful. All right, this is locked up. Now it's just whether or not this build can kill the heart. I've my fingers crossed. I hope you've too. Counterbalance. During boss and elite fights, enemy strength gain, block gain, and healing is reduced by half. That's really good for the final boss in this run. Rage. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 5 block. We do have a lot of attacks in this deck. I think Rage is actually really good. Just in Perfected Strike check in general. Double Flex Limit Break the first time? I think I do. I can't wait to shuffle through my entire deck before I use my Limit Break. Uh-huh. Okay. Trigger it out the burn, obviously. I'll Rage, Bash, Perfected Strike. Getting myself some block. I still have to play Offering. Not playing Offering is kind of a concession. Flame Barrier is obviously perfect this turn. Definitely gets played. Nothing's wrong with you. I'm considering the effectiveness of Fiendfire. I have to. It burns out so many cards in my deck that I don't want in there right now. The Crotard can only take 200 damage in a turn? What? That's not how that's supposed to go, I don't think. Okay. Oh, Flame Barrier turning up in the wrong hand there. Inflame, Limit Break. So I can blind the enemy. That will have them weakened next turn, which is really good. I don't know if I can live through next turn at all, though. Yeah, I can't. I can't deal 200... well, I can't deal 292 damage this turn. The enemy has 200 defense. So my best ability is just defend as much as possible, but... like, Flame Barrier, 34. The incoming damage is 45. I can't defend this turn, so I need Grinning Jar to get me some Shrug-It-Offs. No, Rage +1 attack is only a benefit of 1. Any of my relics bail me out at this point. I don't have Funnel. I don't have any on actives. No, they do bail me out. Tori. Okay, so I take 30 damage against this, and then 15 never mind. Wait, not 15. Right? I take 30 damage to this for the first 2 out of 15 charges. Right, but it does them in 3s, right? So I just take 5 damage against myself right now as this ends. But the thing is, if I don't attack the enemy this turn, I also just die next turn. My next hand's super defensive. I'm dead next turn anyway. How much enemy... so the enemy attacks me 15 times here. 15 times 6 is more than 100, so... it's possible. So I play Rage and Perfected Strike here, right? Rage, Undeath's Touch, and Perfected Strike. That overall gives us some block. Flame Barrier does a bunch of damage on the backhand. Tori saves me from death this turn. Shrug it off until we find a good card. Can't even weaken the enemy this turn. Well, it would be Bash Blind, right? To weaken the enemy. Let's True Grit the Sentinel, getting myself 3 energy. I can't actually believe it. 6 HP left. And that is our win. To thump, to thump, to thump. Right back at you. 2,600. Pretty good score. And that, I told you at the start of this episode, did I not? And that is our completion of the Ironclad Platinum Boss Rush. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time for something different.